Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show.
Oh, are we? Well,
Yeah.
we're back. We're in
the garage.
Yes.
We're going to do an interruption of the live shows with one of these, right, Lori?
Yes, so that it's
was
not
your-
all live, just in case people don't like it or can't take it.
No, people can take it, I think. And the Eugene and the Portland ones were so fun.
Yeah.
Because we've done the Bend one, which was fun.
Yeah.
And now we're going to do one of these
A
immediately.
regular one.
Right. And there's
Right.
been drama in the stand-up world and, of course, in my own world.
What's the drama in the stand-up world?
There wasn't the thread had at least 4 different articles. There was revealing articles on the thread that we talked about. Remember?
Who? Okay, so there's some. Was it Slate's like Dear Prudence column or whatever?
Oh, right.
Whatever.
It was an
it was
an advice thing.
Yeah, I think it was Slate's Dear Abby. Whoever's their dear person, and a woman. In her when she was in her 20s, she was aggressively pursued by a comedian who's a friend of hers,
Right.
Who wasn't famous at the time, and she
turned him down.
and he got very angry and rageful and stalkery,
And grumpy as all fuck
Yes.
about it, but kind of creepy, horribly
Right.
angry. So
she's traumatized. So it's a bad memory,
right,
So now this person is apparently famous and woke.
yeah, and he's all woke up. And
He's woke.
and he's said things about CK, and he's spoken out in favor of
Right.
He might even be an abolitionist. We don't know.
But her husband, this is 20 years later.
Right.
Her husband's a huge fan of this guy, and she hasn't
Oh,
told him all
right.
this stuff. And they all want to go see him.
Right,
And she
they
doesn't
bought
want to
tickets.
go.
Yeah, they all bought tickets.
And she's like, what should I do? But I don't know what you should do. But who the fuck is it? I'm dying to know.
I know, we don't know. We couldn't figure it out. We couldn't.
I mean, there
but
were
I
some-
did like the thread.
There were some
guesses.
great guesses. And then there's a couple surprising reveals of comics that have never been an asshole to me, but apparently went through an asshole phase in the 90s when I didn't know them.
Right.
And traumatized a couple of you guys.
Right. Not me. Well, that one guy, just the weird hitting on when you're working the road with comics and I've told the story to you at least 3 times about, because it hasn't happened to me that much.
It hasn't happened to me that much either, honestly.
It's the creepy things that have happened, and I think creepy things happen to everybody, but I think they happen somehow to more to some people than to others. Like I had the one guy who was all over me about, we're working this week. Why don't we just do it? We're sharing this condo. Let's just do it.
We see this guy all the time around here.
I know, and he's what a fucking haircut.
But
30
you know
years
what?
later.
It would have been a fun week, Jackie, and I think you really missed out.
Oh, no, I didn't. He has that sort of vibe that you have always enjoyed, though.
Oh, that's very insulting.
No, kind of, but also I think accurate. When we look at, hey, Kyle's back, you guys.
We miss Kyle's manic,
Kyle's
insane laugh.
awesome reveal. It was like, I get it. Exactly. And so...
Yeah, but so that was an interesting. I have guesses. We'll never find out, right?
We may never find out. And quite honestly, at this point, don't ruin everything.
I know. You know what? If the person's woke now and they're not an asshole now, leave them alone.
That's kind of amazing.
Please. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people don't evolve. A lot of people devolve.
Right.
Especially
A lot of
comics. You know?
As they become more successful.
Yeah.
This happens to women comics too, where they become just super fucking get off my lawn. I got mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, both of those things are terrible.
Yes.
We've all must beware. Be very, very vigilant to not become I got mine. So what the fuck?
But you have to have yours first. And that's what I think we're safe.
But if you never get yours and
Right.
you can somehow be happy with not getting yours, it seems like a huge win.
Well, that's the Zen dream,
Yeah,
right?
that'd be
Or just to be happy
Yeah.
with what you have and who you are
Right. And
at this
I,
moment.
you know, I was very, I had it's a weird week of not going up enough, probably, right? Didn't you?
Yeah. Okay. So we get back on Sunday night, right? So the whole Thanksgiving weekend has been frenetic, right?
Yes.
First, it's getting my son up to Seattle, and we're doing all the family stuff, and everyone knows that's always hectic, right?
Right.
And then you and I embark on a fucking 1987 road gig where we're driving from
and we
town to
forgot.
town with our wares in the back of a car, right? Selling
and we forget
shit.
that we have to do 3 hours of this.
Oh, yeah.
Without any sort of sense of.
Oh yeah, we have no news to come. Like it was all
blow it all
very
on-
poorly planned.
Yeah, we blow it all in front of a crowd of band who were super nice but didn't know what the fuck they were saying.
Right. And yes, and probably didn't have internet, some of them.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know.
Because it was 1987.
Yes.
Anyway, so.
But anyway, so get back, and then Sunday night my flight's delayed, so we don't get back till midnight, and then boom, right back into work and school and everything, right?
Right.
And where everything's regimented, and I don't have fucking
And
one
you did-
1/2 hour of breathing room in the whole day, right?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't have any time to decompress whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have any sets Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I forgot that I'd done a set on Sunday afternoon. So I was like Wednesday, I was like rocking. I was like, oh, I'm not a comic anymore.
I don't do stand
no
up
one
anymore.
wants me.
I don't do stand up anymore.
And then I had two on Thursday, and then
Okay.
they sort of saved me. And then, but yes, were you also not on stage a lot last week?
Yeah, well, probably was on stage, but it felt exactly like, when you come back and you feel like you haven't done the sets. I did the Virgil I did a storytelling show on Wednesday with The Risk.
Okay.
And I did a story that is okay, but the thing about The Risk is a podcast.
Right.
And they didn't have the release forms.
Right.
Because that's how organized Kevin is. Mm-hmm. He's got release forms. And I never signed a release form, so I got an email from him. Hi, Kevin, if you're listening. I'm not signing it. And I told them that I wasn't going to sign it.
Did you think your story was good?
I didn't like my story. I thought that it had some potential, but
Sure.
but I certainly don't think it needs to go up on a podcast, and I don't. And I didn't take the money. Like I think there was some sort of like honorarium
Right.
for doing the show. And I was like, I don't want to. And so I blew it off. I did because I couldn't catch up. Because when we got back on Sunday, I got back on Monday.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Did you do a set on Sunday night in Portland then?
I didn't. I had dinner with
that's right.
with an old friend.
Yeah.
And so I get back on Monday, and then Tuesday, I just sort of play catch up.
Yeah.
Wednesday, I do the storytelling. So I've really written the story in one day, which isn't fair to them. It isn't fair to his audience. And I apologize because it was just okay. And then Thursday I did the Virgil, Brian Cook's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big money.
Big money.
Yeah.
Friday was nothing but sort of more catch up. Mm-hmm. Saturday we drove up to Andy's mom, and we did Thanksgiving. So I have eaten all of the food in the last 24 hours. I am freaking Jabba the Hutt over here. I cannot move. It's too much, and I don't feel good. But I will say, for some reason, not doing a set by Friday. I was starting to panic.
Right.
I started looking at my calendar, and I don't have anything booked after February 8th.
Dude, that's terrifying.
It is terrifying because that's the next 3 months. That's
Yeah.
the next quarter.
Yes.
And I said something to Andy, and he was like, "Yeah, but if you don't have any work in February by the time February gets here," and I said, "No, in February I'm booking April.
Yeah, right. Or
I can't book 2 weeks out.
Yes,
That's a
right.
terrible idea.
Right.
That's not how stand-up comedy works. Mm-hmm. You book 3 months out, or I always have.
Yeah.
And
some
so
clubs book the whole year like in a day.
you know what and so I emailed, and I got a response from this banana head
Yeah.
saying, he must have booked the first 10 months already.
Wow.
So this guy has already booked, because he was like, do you have anything next fall available? And so I wrote him back and I said, turns out I'm open. And then he has not yet given me a date. And then, but here's the thing. I pulled such a noob thing where I was so panicky on Friday. I sent my avails out of Friday night. like a noob. You don't send your avails on a Friday. Nobody
guess
reads
not.
them.
Right.
I mean, that guy read them.
Yeah.
But then all he said was, I'm not doing it right now, which is exactly the correct response. He
Yes.
is correct. I'm sure he's got openings before fall,
Yeah.
but he's not dealing with
Not
it
on a
at
Friday.
8 o'clock.
Two-show
on a-
Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a two-show
exactly.
Friday night. What am I, nuts?
Yeah.
So today, Sunday,
Right.
I sent out some avails.
That's
and I
good.
got some work.
Good.
Yeah, I got
That's great.
Comedy Attic in March.
Oh, cool.
So I have one week of work
Yeah.
in March. So good.
Okay.
Step one. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It will be
what I have to
fine.
do is I have to let go of it all.
Yes.
What is that noise?
That's my dryer just finished.
And it
Guess
was
what? I have
up
a
high.
new load of dry laundry. It's pretty
Well,
exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that'll be great for you. But anyway, so I panicked and now I just you have to remind yourself so much in this business that it's going to be fine.
Yeah, and even if you have some time that's open, you know, you have a little bit of money saved up, you'll be okay.
I just went to France. I just blew a big portion of my prudent reserve.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because I've been saving up for France for 1,000 years,
Right.
and then, but it will be fine.
Yes.
All I have to do is remind myself that it'll be fine,
Right.
And there'll be work,
Mhm.
and maybe I'll spend 2 weeks in New York, and I'll stay with my friend in the Bronx.
Yes.
She's
oh my
like,
God.
"Do you want to stay with me in the Bronx?" And I was like, "Not ever. I don't want to. The
The
Bronx is
parts
so
of the
far
Bronx
away.
are beautiful.
No, her apartment is beautiful.
Okay.
It's just so far away.
It's off the A train, right?
No, it's off the one.
Eee.
What was that?
Well,
What just happened? What just
The
happened?
one has, you know what? I don't know how it goes express up there. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it goes express for a little bit, but
It does to
It stops
at least
at
to like 100
every fucking stop in Manhattan.
125th, I think it goes up to, and then she lives off at 200th, I think.
Okay. Well,
It's-
you get a lot of reading done. That's what I call the one. It's the reading train.
Or I guess I take a cab across town and take
No.
the A. What's happening?
No,
I would actually only have to walk to Central Park West, I think, right, to get the A.
yeah, it's off of Columbus.
Columbus,
Yeah. Well, yeah, right.
because essentially,
What do you talk? Wait, if she stays in the Bronx, what do you mean
Right.
Central Park West?
Here's what I know about New York City. First
Mm-hmm.
of all, you should know that I get lost on numbered grid streets.
Okay.
So I don't know where I am. Good
Okay.
thing for me, not a lot of my self-esteem is hooked up with my sense of direction.
Mm-hmm.
But she has for decades lived on 86th in Amsterdam.
Oh, I used to live
So-
on 96 in Amsterdam.
So if 86th in
That's
Columbus,
you know that's not the Bronx, right?
Right.
That's the
So
Upper West Side.
yeah. So
Okay.
86th in Columbus has the A train, right?
Right.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's parts of it. It yes.
So-
it runs express, so it's the C train at 86th.
Oh,
But
okay.
they're both the blue lines, so
Okay.
you can catch the A at 59th or 125th.
Okay. So I could conceivably take the C up to 125th because I don't know
Definitely
why
you could.
I'm on 86th in Columbus. but
Why-
in my
why does
mind,
that keep
I'm
coming
always-
up?
Because she lived there for decades.
But
and so
she
that's-
doesn't live there now.
Nope.
Why are we plotting out a trip that from a place she doesn't live?
Because you might as well say, you'll say to me, do you know this thing in Eagle Rock? And I'm like, well, is it by that one place that had stand up? Because that's all
Sure,
I know.
I
'Cause
do
it's
understand
a
that.
landmark. It's a
Yes.
stand up landmark, and that's all I've got in my head. And for me, it's her toy store, which is on 84th in Amsterdam, called West Side Kids or something. Small ad, I guess. Go to West Side Kids.
So yeah, you should do that. You should go for 2 weeks.
And I should-
Seriously,
yeah, I
plant
know.
yourself.
Right.
And just do
And just do a bunch of shows.
do 40 spots.
Do 40 spots,
In 2
but then
weeks.
and then but then then I definitely have to. Here's what happens when I go to New York.
Mm-hmm.
If I go for less than a week, I spend hundreds of dollars on cabs and Ubers and Lyft rather. But
Right.
after a week, I start to think, hey Rockefeller, you could buy a weekly pass and learn the subway again.
Oh yeah.
And just take the fucking subway.
The other thing
If I did it initially, it'd be fun.
is there, because sometimes in parts of the Bronx there's lots of parking. Is there parking near where she is? You could rent a car for 2 weeks and drive to your spots every night.
She has a car that she might lend me.
Oh my God.
Right.
This is amazing.
It could be. I would also like road work. How about that?
I know.
It's because I got to work on this new album. I would like to have the album. Okay, so I'm about to go. This comes out tomorrow. I'm at Minneapolis Acme. Feel free to fill the fucking room so that Lewis is proud of me.
Please.
And then the following week, I'm in Madison, Wisconsin, with at Comedy on State, and Carmen Morales is opening for me both weeks, and that'll be neat. But you should also fill Madison, Wisconsin, so those people are proud of me, and because
they book you back.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want everyone to be proud of me. So, so I'm doing probably 12. 45 to 60 minute sets in the next 2 weeks.
Nice.
Which is great.
Yes.
And if I can get my shit together, I would like to do the new album in March.
Here's the thing. I think I will have listened to my...
Nope.
I'm just so impressed.
Oh. Well, because I've got the time. It just needs to get tightened up. Yeah, go ahead.
No, nothing. I was going to make a joke.
Kyle and I were going to be going to do a podcast now. We're just going to be a side.
That's okay. Like a subcast?
Yeah. It'll be great. It's were you going to make a joke?
Yeah, never mind. It's too late.
Okay.
Since we're plugging now,
Yes.
I'm at Grand Rapids, December 26th through 29th.
Okay.
Dr. Grins.
End of the month.
I'm at Rosemont Zanies on December 30th, and on the 31st, I'm at Chicago Zanies downtown.
You're doing New Year's Eve in Chicago.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so please come out for that.
And then I'm doing Zanies a couple of weeks later. I'm
That's
doing
great.
that Rosemont downtown parade as well.
We're doing a Jackie and Laurie Comic of the Week show at Flappers December 23rd.
Yeah, we are.
You and I are kind of co-hosting it, and we're going to have 6 female comics that have been comics of the week.
Coincidentally, they're all women. Kyle was going to host it, but Kyle has life to lead. The 23rd. The 23rd is a big family day. If you're into Christmas, and I am, and so is your family. It turns out to. EV. Oh, Christmas Eve's. You are correct. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Maybe I should be doing something family like. Nope.
I'll bring my kid to the comedy club. That'll be his Christmas present.
He will love that. It's
So you want to bang out. Here's the thing, you can also, when you go to New York, plant yourself in New York. That's when you work out a late night set. You know, that's where you tighten and shorten and
yeah. It's true. You're probably very right.
I mean, you're lucky you have a place to stay.
Yep.
You have a couple clubs you can hit up, and then there's so many different other shows. Like you can really get in a lot of work.
Yeah, I could get in a lot of work. And I think I could probably book an hour if I wanted to at like
the Creek.
Or the Creek or the Bell House.
Oh yeah.
Like one of those places would probably let me do an hour.
Oh yeah.
Though I could stay here and do an hour at Geeky Teas.
That's true too.
Or
but you could do them both.
Yeah, I mean I could do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking of I was going to make a terrible joke, which I'm not going to say out loud.
I know it's not the same as like club income, road income.
Right. It's
not.
literally, it isn't. But, well, that's the other thing about income is I've got a little merch crazy.
Yeah.
I've been hemorrhaging because we have new Jackie and Laurie notebooks, which are a hit.
Yes.
We sold a bunch on that run.
They look really good. Check out
really
our
cool.
website. I put the picture up on our merch page.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you put a PayPal thing up or no?
I did.
Wow.
I think I put a link to it. Yeah.
Oh, good on you.
If you go to JackieandLaurieShow.com and just check out merch, our new notebooks, they're black. And they have I think it's called a 4-edge is the color on the side.
Pop color. It's a pop color notebook, you guys. And and they're heavy. So they are $30 if we're mailing them to you. Total. That's shipping included.
Yeah.
And
and we sign them.
Right. And the essentially the PayPal is just Jackie and Laurie Show. Oh, Jackie and Laurie at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Jackie and Laurie at gmail.
But you've gone merch crazy on other things?
I've gone merch crazy on JackieCation.com.
Yeah.
I have 2 new t-shirts. By the way, the t-shirt people fixed it.
Oh, good.
They finally responded. Mm-hmm. It's like 3 or 4 days before Thanksgiving when I emailed them and said, "Hey man, this is wrong." And then they said that aesthetically it looked okay to them. And I was like, but it's not
That's not what you bought.
right. It wasn't the measurements that I wanted the image to be on the shirt. And then, they kind of ghosted me for a week.
Wow.
And this is after a dozen years of working with these
Crazy.
folks. And so I left a couple of phone messages, and neither one of them were rude, but they were pretty stern.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you guys are not responding to me at all. And I know it's Thanksgiving, but I need someone to tell me that you are hearing what I'm saying here. And I mailed them back. I don't know if I think I mentioned it on one of the upcoming podcasts, because now we're out of order. But I mailed them back so I wouldn't be tempted to try to sell
So you
them.
mailed the
shirts back.
Yeah.
I just mailed them back at my cost.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to be tempted to sell shirts I don't like.
Yeah.
Because I want to sell shirts I like.
Yeah.
These are basic statements, and so they finally and they got me to them before this run.
Oh, that's great.
So now I got them on Friday.
Oh, that's cool.
So now I'm going to bring them for the Minneapolis and the Madison gigs, and they look great. They look great, and so I decided to just stay with this company.
Yeah.
Because this is the first real error they've made in a dozen years. And they did finally correct it. So, though I was going to go with the guy, Seth.
Yeah.
Seth and Rudy over in Eugene.
Oh, okay.
So Seth has he has a print company.
Oh.
And I would have gone with him. But quite honestly, it's just easier to not. But I think I will be recommending Seth for people when they're looking for, because he was able to get union made t-shirts.
Oh, wow.
And he gave me a price on them, and it looked fair. Anyway, but
well,
so I have another new t-shirt, and I have a new notebook, and I have a bumper sticker.
You personally have a notebook as well that you're selling?
Because Andy thought that my dad shirt would look really good on those pop notebooks that we have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna.
So you're making competing product for our
Yeah,
product.
yeah.
Wow, Jackie. I didn't know you're stabbing me in the back like that.
That's right. I'm stabbing you in the back 100 notebooks at a time.
I just bought a ton of books from the publisher.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Can you get them right from the publisher?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's got to be better than Amazon, which is what you were doing, right?
It's a little, dead people suck for sure. But yeah, it's just a lot of money because I bought 100 of each.
Yeah.
And
that's so much and so many books.
Shipping books is like so fucking expensive.
Really expensive. Do you know that I ordered one of each of them for my friend, and they both came?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know, I have about 100 of each here at the house that you could have.
I probably should have brought them so you could sign them for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or I could just,
you could just hand me 2 of them before I leave this evening, signed, and I could give you the other ones back.
Yeah.
And why don't we do that?
Well, Dead People Suck I'm out of, but it's coming in a couple days.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my roommate in New York, bought a beautiful Christmas tree, a gigantic tree.
Real?
Yeah, because they sell them out in front of Superfood Town, which is like the big shopping,
like 2 blocks
the
away
grocery
or 10
store.
blocks away.
Yeah, 2 blocks down, and it's decorated so pretty, and it's got a star on top, and it's a little crooked, so it looks like a giant Charlie Brown tree in a way. It's not perfect, which makes it more endearing. Mm-hmm. And now I just feel like I'm giving my son like this half-assed little tree that it's, I got it at the hardware store last year, and it's easy to keep track of, and it doesn't cut a tree down, but a Christmas tree is so pretty.
We do a real tree every other year. Do you guys do
every
a real tree,
other?
Kyle? Real tree from Kyle. I just watched Aaron Foley recommended some fucking romantic Netflix movie last night, and of course it was one of those Christmas movies. She watches all the Hallmarks, all the Lifetimes, and now Netflix is doing them.
Yeah.
This thing was horrible.
Yeah.
But it was better than the Lifetime one I saw, which was where a nutcracker came to life. And she fell in love with that guy. But this one was entirely, and it was like a trope because it was the Christmas tree guy.
Yeah.
She comes back from the big city.
Oh, this sounds like the pizza delivery man in a porn film.
Right, except for with the Christmas, it's always the Christmas tree guy and he's in flannel. And everybody's just sort of good looking enough. Like this isn't blockbuster acting, whatever. So, but a real tree is It smells great.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I know.
And we do a real tree every other year. It's real tree year. We're going tomorrow to get ours.
Really?
Yep.
I might go on maybe Wednesday. Wednesday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when I look at my little blocks of time where I have availability,
Right when you have a moment that you can do anything. Yeah, tomorrow night I have 2 sets. I'm doing the Blind Barber and I'm doing a benefit for Peter Sprite over for his school at the Improv.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm at Flappers doing a Conan Writers show.
Oh, nice. It's
on Monday night.
yeah. So we're gonna essentially we're buying the tree tomorrow afternoon, decorating it, and I'm flying away on Tuesday, coming back on the 22nd.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. But we keep the tree up until Armenian Christmas, which is the 6th
Of January.
January. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Maybe I'll celebrate Armenian Christmas.
I'll take a first break. Let's do it. Max
Okay.
fun.
Hey, if you like your podcast to be focused and well-researched, and your podcast host to be uncharismatic, unhorny strangers who have no interest in horses, then this is not the podcast for you.
Yeah, and what's your deal? I'm Emily.
I'm Lisa,
Our show's called Baby Geniuses.
and its hosts are horny adult idiots. We discover weird Wikipedia pages every episode.
We discuss institutional misogyny.
We ask each other the dumbest questions, and our listeners won't stop sending us pictures of their butts.
We haven't asked them to stop, but they also aren't stopping.
Join us on Baby Geniuses.
Every other week on MaximumFun.org.
Where are we at? 25:30. So
Okay.
we're gonna we've done our plugs. We've done
Yeah.
our first break. Good times. We seem to be in pretty good moods for it being 10:30 on a Sunday.
Yeah, I flew home from New York today.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, I got in around 9. The flight was a little bit late. Why?
It's been raining.
Is that the?
It's
Oh,
raining.
it's raining right now.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's been raining for days.
Why does it take 4 hours to fly to New York and 6 hours to fly back? I don't understand.
Is it wind?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's wind, but it's still annoying. I mean, I don't understand. Like, why can't they fix
Did
that?
you ever get to fly in that super fast plane that they outlawed? The
No.
Concorde? That's
no,
what it was called.
I'm sorry. I wasn't a child millionaire. No, I don't.
Another thing blown. I thought it was you. I have to say, I there's part of me that wishes they hadn't outlawed the Concorde, because you could get to Paris in like 3 hours
From New York?
from LA.
What?
It was like 3 or 4 hours to Paris.
Fuck.
Who doesn't want that? Except for, I guess, the people who live around the Concorde.
Dubbed unprofitable. It wasn't unsafe. They just can't afford it.
Oh, it's just
We could be riding on Concords right now, but
Well,
they chose to.
prohibitively expensive somehow. But there are billionaires. Do they have Concords?
I assume secretly, yes.
Oh, secretly.
Secret Concords?
Wow. There are conspiracies, guys. They're real. Let's never speak of them. Let's live our lives without conspiracy theory, shall
But,
we?
okay, so I was at the stand, right?
Yeah.
So I had 5 spots at the stand last night.
Saturday. 5 spots at the stand?
Yeah, 7:15 till 11:30, 1 hour basically.
Wow.
And so I started at the bottom, the downstairs room. Then I did another downstairs. And I went upstairs, downstairs, upstairs. I think that's 5,
Yeah.
right?
3 downstairs, 2 up.
Yeah. And it's what was New York is it's holiday crowds right now.
Oh.
So there are a lot
Did
of
you get
people. Yeah, they're not like they just wanted to go out. Like maybe they saw the
Yeah.
Christmas tree and then they went to a comedy
Did you
show.
get to see the Christmas tree?
I didn't. I go back January 1st. I'll be there for a couple days. So,
Okay.
I'll do.
Do you ever go
roll?
ice skating? Do you ever go ice skating, Rockefeller?
Hey,
Any of that?
It's a very long line to do that. It's
Right.
not like you can just put on a pair of skates and jump in. Like
Right.
a-
It's not like a movie.
it takes forever.
Yeah. It's a project.
So, yeah, it was cool because I just sort of, and because I was doing different rooms, I didn't get too much deja vu
Yeah.
on stage, you know?
Oh, yeah. That was so weird.
Yeah, but I stuck to a set basically.
Okay.
And then I
And were they
fiddled
all
around,
15s?
Like 12 to 15.
More
Yeah.
like 12s? Yeah.
Yeah. And, it was good. It was like I sort of, found the shape of a couple jokes a little bit more.
Oh, that's
and then I ended up at the Broadway at a 12:40. That was my last spot.
6?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And they were a fun little crowd. And I took the train home, got in around 2,
Wow.
woke up, went to yoga, and then
Good on ya.
got on a plane.
Yeah, that's the other thing is there's been no time to take Pilates. So I haven't done any sort of exercise except for just sort of walking around. And so I don't feel good.
Yeah.
My body needs to move some more. And and it's raining. I don't know. I can walk in the rain. People walk in the rain all the time.
I love the rain. The other thing that made me the pool I usually swim at is closed for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They always close for 2 weeks in December, and so I couldn't find a place to swim, and I was all angry. And then I went to the Rose Bowl, but I didn't get there. Like it takes so long to get out there, and I had to leave immediately to go to work. So I swam for like 25 minutes, and it was $14. I was like, what the fuck?
Boo.
And then I found this other pool in Glendale that's open, and it's kind of like this homely little pool that's pretty old, but they got all their lane ropes in, and it's
they got
$3.
lanes. Yeah.
And
How much is it?
$3
Whoa.
for it's a steal. It's the
That-
Pacific Park pool if you're in the Los Angeles area.
And you need a pool.
6:30 to 2:30 they're open. So anyway, so I was able to swim the rest of the week and then do some spots, and I felt like myself again. But I was crawling out of my skin. I was so irritated with everything. And I was like, I'm supposed to be happy my mom's not here. And I'm just like, ah.
Right. Ooh, I have a new addiction.
Yeah.
And here, it's a weird thing for me to really fall in love with, but it's a dry bar. It's someone blowing out my freaking hair.
Wow. That is unexpected.
That feels unexpected, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Do you know what happened? Because I had some I did another one of those NASA things last week.
Yeah.
Where I talked with two astrophysicists about habitable planets and trying to find it with these fancy telescopes and stuff. And they're really fun. If anybody wants to watch, you can still, they're live Facebook feeds for
cool.
half an hour.
Yeah.
But you can watch them again. I think it's universeunplugged.org. But the weird thing is, and it should lead you to the Facebook page. But so I wanted my hair because I saw the first two and I was like, oh, there's trouble. And so I went, and it's not cheap.
What do they do?
They wash your hair and then they blow it out, but they have essentially a lookbook.
Yeah.
It's called a lookbook.
Yeah.
And you go through and you're like, I would like you to sort of flat iron it and then put curls, or flat iron it and put waves, or flat iron it and then put something, make it kind of beachy looking. And I've gone 3 times in the last month.
What? Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
But then you can't shower, right?
Well, I don't shower. I bathe.
What?
I bathe. So if I wear a shower cap, or if I keep my hair out of it, I can still bathe, and it's fine. But I have to say, my hair looks, when I do it, my hair looks great. Like, my hair doesn't look great now because I've had several baths, and and I've just scraped it back. But I like it when it turns out when a team gets involved.
Oh man.
There's good times.
You would thrive if you were a host of The View.
I would.
There's
I
like
would
an
thrive.
hour of hair and makeup.
Yeah.
And then you go out and give your opinion and talk over Meghan McCain. That would be a great life for you.
It really would. I think you've really summed up what, if I was going to have sort of a day job here in Los Angeles.
Well, it's in New York, but I mean, there's the chat, there's the chew,
Right,
There's
there's
lots
the
of lots of
talk.
shit going on here.
There's
the
the-
talk.
There's the but-it-it.
Yeah.
Why don't we just call it that? It's just like, hey, Cation gives her opinion about something she doesn't have all the information about. How about that?
My hair, it feels very oily if I don't wash it every single day.
Every day.
Yes, I wash
All
it
right.
every single day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Me too. All right. Hey,
I
let's do
couldn't-
Comic of the Week unless
Okay.
you want to do something else.
No, we can. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's a delight, and that's the great thing about Comic of the Week is that there's always another great comic. You're like, I thought we should have done everyone at once, but we can't.
I
So
know.
it's Kimberly Clark, you guys.
Kimberly Clark, she's LA based. She's hilarious. She's really funny. and
Works the
smart.
road, does corporates, does
Yeah.
all the things, and it's Clark without an E, Clark. Kimberly, like Kimberly is spelled, and the letter L. So Clark, Kimberly L. It'll be in the notes.
Oh, for Twitter.
Yeah, for Twitter, and go see her because she's always wonderful.
Yeah.
And she cracks. I saw her.
We're big
probably
fans.
3 weeks ago, 3 or 4. Man, it might have been 4 or 5, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think she was talking about Lyft or something, which a lot of people have a different twist on Lyft.
Yeah.
And hers was I don't want to ruin it, but try to see some Kimberly Clark stand-up comedy, you guys.
Okay. Tell me when we turn the mics off.
Oh, that bit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's that might be something for Patreon. It's just us recording my favorite bits I heard this week of somebody else's.
Us ruining other people's jokes.
Yes,
Yeah, that's-
exactly. Just me massacring, which is me just usually leaving Maria Bamford a message going, man, Brian Cook this week. I saw Will Weldon, actually.
Yeah.
And Will Weldon had this long bit about alcoholism. And then Brian Cook gets on stage and starts riffing. And the riff, and Brian Cook's material is great, but him hosting that Virgil show is so delightful because the in-between stuff is always, you're just like, how does this affect Brian Cook? Somebody's set. And it's a wonderful thing. It's just wonderful hearing his tiny rebuttals, either rebuttals or just addendums or just some sort of notes about how it affects Brian Cook's life. It was great. And Will Weldon was great. And it was a couple of people. Valerie Tosi.
Oh, she's doing Conan.
She was doing
Tomorrow.
Conan. She ran her Conan. She ran her
Cool.
Conan that night. She did great.
That is such a frenetic, crazy week when you're running a set all over town.
So
horrifying week.
Yep. So she will go up. This will go Monday. She's doing Conan on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So watch her do that because that'll be fun for her. And
That means we'll have a shorter mono.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay, because there's more comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, super fun.
That means all of our jokes will have been written in vain.
Right? You're like there'll be more.
Every time there's a comic on, we get an email after the show tapes. Mono was cut because show went long. Yeah.
But you like that one
okay.
joke, right? You did still like it.
I mean, we get paid the same, but still.
I know.
Yeah.
But you spend the time writing the joke. So what do you got?
I have a new notebook.
Oh,
New moleskin, and this one has those little dots on it. Somebody was telling I forget.
Not
Somebody
me.
in our thread was like, they love the dotted moleskin for some reason. It helps them organize their thoughts. Or is there sort of an online passion for the dotted?
Well,
moleskin?
there's been some serious Dork Forest episodes about paper and and stationery and things like that. Maybe it does. Are you gonna? So you're trying it?
Well, I like the color. I'm finishing up a red notebook, and I like to move on to a different color. I don't like to do the same color back to back.
Right.
So this is a dark green. Mm-hmm. It's
You
different
run
from
through
the
'em
other
pretty
dark
quick.
green, which was textured. This
Textured.
one's,
That one's smooth.
Yeah, but you'll see this entire notebook that is basically has 3 jokes in it, rewritten hundreds of times.
Right. Yeah.
That's why
That's
I move.
cool. That's what it's about. That's what it's entirely. I wish I want to be done with my notebook so bad just because I'm sick of that. I bought it in Cambodia.
The insignia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't use it as a main notebook. I use it as a notes for any movie ideas I have.
Okay, just more of a specific side.
Yes,
What are you
because-
doing with yours? It's the elephant one.
Oh yeah, no, I've got like 4 notebooks going, and I think 3 of them are from you, and each one has a purpose, but they are all collectively the
Different.
notebooks.
Oh, interesting. Because we both got ones from her, the Harry Potter ones. Because that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm using the Harry Potter one. I want to get to the Harry Potter notebook.
Oh, are you going to use that as a comedy notebook?
Oh, you bet I am. Because
Okay.
it'll inspire me. Because it's.
I think that's my to-do one.
Is it? Because you got a Ravenclaw one, right? Yeah, because I got a Gryffindor one. Yeah. It was pretty great. Anyway,
Hey, cool.
good work. Good work on the. Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting movie one.
Yeah. Like little movie ideas for me to do with stand-up, not like feature-length films.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to do another Max Fun break?
I've got a message for Hi, it's me, April Wolf, the host of Switchblade Sisters and co-writer of the new horror film Black Christmas.
And I'm Katie Walsh, film critic and occasional host of Switchblade Sisters.
We're here to announce that for one episode, we will be doing something a little different. Much like Jeff Goldblum and David Cronenberg's The Fly, I will be going through a truly disturbing transformation.
April will transform from the interviewer into the interviewee. I will be asking her all about her new film, Black Christmas, her writing process, and ongoing existential dread.
But I will also be discussing John Carpenter's perfect masterpiece, Prince of Darkness.
You guys seen any movies you like?
So tune in to Switchblade Sisters for a one-of-a-kind episode with April Wolf and me, Katie Walsh.
See you then.
Only the corrupt are listened to now.
Are we there? 38. That seems early.
No, I think it seems late.
Okay.
No, I mean, I feel like I thought we had covered more ground.
I thought, I thought we were at 45 minutes is what I'm saying.
I was hoping we were at 57.
I was almost certain this was an hour. I thought we had gone
I thought we were
over.
doing 2 tonight.
We are not doing 2. So I tweeted this thing and then you liked it or said wow or something. It was just about a memory. In the 90s, I had a day job at Northern Sun Merchandising in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it's a hippie skippy t-shirt, poster, bumper sticker, button place. And I worked with this woman who... because right now there's these end of the decade lists coming out, right? Mm-hmm. And the 3 that I saw today, and I could only find 2 again, were the 10 best movies of the 2010s or whatever. And I thought, I wonder how many of these am I unwilling to watch because they're sad or they're scary or they're just not for me. But I bet they were beautifully written, beautifully acted, amazingly directed, and wonderfully shot. Well, so I found Esquire in Time, and I wrote down all of these movies that I would not watch. And even though I'm sure they're great, because they're sad. Either they're sad or depressing or terrifying.
Dude, I came home and I listened to my Tracy Thorn Christmas album specifically so I could cry about my dad. Don't you like crying?
I don't need to be more sad, more scared, or more terrified.
Okay.
So I usually don't go to books and movies and media to become more so. Though I have in the past, right? Back in college, I used to listen to this Harry Chapin album because no one was more depressed than Harry Chapin. I don't know if you've ever listened to any Harry Chapin. That dude really knocks it out of the park for sad sack. He actually had a song about a baby dying in its first 3 days.
Oh,
gutsy stuff.
I
man.
am on board with that one.
Oh my God, get on board.
Send it.
It is such a terribly sad song. Anyway, but So I was trying to explain to somebody on Twitter that I didn't need to be more sad, more angry. And I was reminded of this woman, Cynthia, that I worked with at Northern Sun Merchandising in the 90s. She's Lakota, of one of those Sioux tribes, right? Mm-hmm. But she was Lakota, and she asked me one day why I liked listening to hip hop. And I said that I liked it because it reminded me to be angry. And there was this pause, and she goes, "You need to be reminded to be angry?"
That's such a great line.
It is the greatest line. She was terrifying.
Yeah.
She was beautiful and terrifying, and I could not. She intimidated me so bad, but she was also hilarious. Mm-hmm. But she had to be, for me, hilarious from afar. Because if I got too close, I think it was the first time that I realized that I was a white woman living in privilege.
Right.
Because I think I was wearing one of the shirts from Northern Sun Merchandising at the time, which was this sort of yin yang, black and white thing. And she was like, "That is the worst t-shirt. It is so saccharine and so ridiculous." And I remember my friend Maureen Fitzpatrick rising to my defense and saying, "She's a baby. She's just learning, Cynthia. Cut her some slack. She doesn't know how dumb it is." And they were right. I didn't know how sort of pandering it was.
Yeah.
For like me as a 23-year-old or 25-year-old white woman to wear such a thing.
Yeah.
But, and then very quickly I did learn.
Yeah.
And then I would only wear the ironic anti-racism stuff.
Do people, sometimes I just wear a t-shirt without really paying attention to a message. Like,
were you given?
I guess so. I mean, not anymore, but I
Right.
never attached a lot of meaning to a shirt. Like if something was a workout shirt, I didn't really care what was on it.
Right.
But I would have been considered a dumb baby.
Possibly. But yeah, like the shirt I'm wearing now is someone gave me the Armenian alphabet done in like weird art.
Good Lord.
But I did so many episodes of The Dork Forest this last 2 weeks. That was what I did. That's why I was all twitchy, because I wanted to make sure I had enough banked till the end of the year. Like tomorrow's episode, Tuesday's episode is Tig Notaro talking about veganism, and she was very funny. She was like, "Yeah, everyone should be a vegan, or not." Do whatever you want. And this was it was perfect Dork Forest because it's something you're into. It's not necessarily something that everyone's into.
Yeah.
And there's no judgment whether you are or are not into it. Rontowski has talked about Mothman and Bigfoot and UFOs, and nobody gives her any shit about it. And I never get any weird emails going, "She's out of her mind," which is so great about the Dork Forest, is that nobody's judging anybody, and they're just going, "Well, this one wasn't for me." And then get this, not telling me. That's my favorite part. Is when they don't tell me that wasn't for them. They just didn't listen to it.
One comic I asked to do our show on December 23rd said she couldn't because she takes December off. And I was like, what the fuck?
Nice.
Yeah, nice. How do you do that?
That sounds super sane.
Was
it Bamford? Did you ask Bamford?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because
I don't know if she wants it out. To me, that's horrible information. You wouldn't want to tell anyone that you on purpose take off December.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. But yeah,
that sounds like some real nice self-care right there.
It does.
Like maybe, do you know why?
Then
maybe
how do you do it?
It's sort of like a family thing, like Kyle's doing.
Yeah.
Maybe she spends time with her family in December, like a person. Interesting life choice.
Well, no, but I mean,
interesting.
The whole month, you could take a couple days. Wait, listen. You take off Christmas in a couple days, or Hanukkah, whatever. That's 8 days. You have to take the whole fucking month off? That's a long time in stand-up time.
Right, and everyone's forgotten you, and you've forgotten how to do stand-up.
Yes.
So January 1, you got to reinvent the wheel. You show up, and they're like, "Nope, you don't do stand-up anymore." But maybe she just shows up, and they're like, "Oh, good, you're back."
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's fine, but it's shocking to me.
It is
and
shocking.
I don't know how to live like that.
I know it's not for you. It's and me.
Maybe it should be.
Well, what I should be doing is, and everyone keeps telling me this, and they're correct, that I should do less weeks on the road and charge more money. But I live in a small amount of fear that means I won't get enough work in.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you mean? Charge a club more money or or higher ticket prices?
Either charge a club more money or start doing those things where I charge ticket prices. Because if I don't have, I'm in this future that doesn't exist right now. But if I don't have any other work in March, if I don't have any other work in April, if the rest of my career is empty calendar days,
right,
I'm going to have to find these smaller cities that, and then charge everybody $30 to come and see me.
That's a steal. Honestly, what people pay money for, that's nothing.
Well, that kickstand
That's one
gig,
of our notebooks. And it's empty. It's not even, it doesn't have any jokes written in it for you.
Ooh, good point. Yeah, I don't have a problem, obviously, charging merch.
Yeah.
But that's when, the
a live
t-shirts...
experience and then $50 to hug you and stand for a picture afterwards.
Oh, yeah, that was brutal. Did you hear that episode, Kyle? The reveal of, it's coming up. It hasn't aired yet, and it won't.
Oh, sorry, I'm calling back something you guys don't know yet.
Is it a written down name?
Yep. And let's foreshadow it. I witnessed a guy do a meet and greet that he charged $60 a person to do a meet and greet.
Is that a foreshadow or completely telling of it?
Yeah, it's me just telling that story again. Look forward to it being told in the moment and you being more shocked.
I was shocked.
What?
Club or theater?
It was Carnegie Hall. And no, I'm not going to. That'll give it away. It was essentially the Roman Colosseum, and here, there you go.
How was the hotel?
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, and that's how much he charged for essentially a hug.
Times are tough.
Yeah, you poor thing.
Not for him.
No, he's raking it in.
How many people do you think?
There were lined up. There were at least 8, but there might have been 15.
8.
Well, it's expensive,
It is expensive.
right? Well, remember when I
Who's
say
taking the money? Somebody else takes the money, right? You can't charge somebody and then how do you do that?
and hold out your hand and say, "Give me 3."
Oh my God.
Pull it from the pocket during the hug.
Maybe you just pickpocket. Maybe he's not actually charging. Maybe he's just stealing. It's such a weird idea I do remember, and this, I mean, I don't think he's doing it anymore, and it was at the height of his powers. Like, I think that the Neanderthal movie had just come out, Pauly Shore. In the 90s, I opened for him in St. Paul at a giant mall gig, and he was charging unsigned headshots $5. Yeah, and maybe more if they were signed.
The internet killed that, right? Because
The whole headshot business.
yeah, just basically, yeah, and you can get 10,000 headshots on someone's Instagram feed and print them yourself,
Right. Right. And why?
If you need to print pictures of your favorite celebrities,
Right. Please do not build a board on a wall with pictures of your favorite celebrities. That's weird. And then some sort of red twine that goes in between a bunch of pins. Anyway.
I don't know what sick movie you're referring to.
I think it's an episode of Bones.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever sit around at 3 o'clock on the road and Bones is playing all afternoon on the USA Network?
No,
and
because
it's 2008.
I don't turn off HGTV on the road. It
It's
stays
just
on
all
24/7. Yeah.
It's
all open
I was at my
kitchens,
mother-in-law's today,
open
and I was
layouts.
like, and she said, I can't get Netflix to play. And I said, well, you have a phone and an iPad and a Chromecast, so why don't you just throw it from one of those? Because her
my
television
mom
is complicated.
says that to me all the time. I'm so fucking tired of restarting Netflix or whatever it is you have to do.
Yeah.
Netflix won't work. No, it's working. It works. You can't fucking figure it out.
Right. Did you write down directions? Because I wrote down directions for my mother-in-law.
And she can't find them.
Okay. Well, and she had to call me to find out how to turn it off.
Oh.
Because as we left, I put on White Christmas, the less good sequel to Holiday Inn. But Holiday Inn has that blackface scene. With that Abraham Lincoln blackface scene.
What? I've never heard of this.
Beverly Beavers. Wait. Louise Beavers played Mamie in Holiday Inn.
I don't know
Louise Beavers.
what you're talking about
In
right now.
1942, there's a Bing Crosby Fred Astaire movie that is called Holiday Inn.
Okay.
But no, White Christmas, they're war buddies. And it might be Danny Kaye instead of Bing Crosby.
Why do you guys know this?
Because these are Christmas movies that I was shown as a child.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and you have to be related to somebody who wants to watch every Christmas movie from 1938 to 1970, and but Holiday Inn has this. It's about all these different holidays in Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire, right? And one of the holidays is before President's Day was made into one holiday. It was Washington's birthday and Abraham Lincoln's birthday, and the Abraham Lincoln birthday is done in blackface.
Oh my God.
And it's AMC will often just cut the scene entirely.
Yeah.
Because it isn't necessary. It doesn't move the plot forward, and it's
How could
genuinely.
it? How could it?
It's just somebody's vaudeville act.
It's just somebody's
wow.
vaudeville act, and it's just some celebration. But it is Louise Beavers, I believe is her name.
That's a great name. I can't believe I haven't heard of her.
Well, she was in 1,000 movies from 1932 to 1960.
Wow.
And she played his essentially housekeeper, and she had 2 kids. And it's the only scene where she gets to sing. Otherwise, she's just sort of berating him at one point, and then she has a couple of lines with the kids, just some comic relief. And she's probably like a Shakespeare-trained actress.
Sure.
And she's got like 4 fucking scenes in this movie.
But she worked for like 30 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a miracle.
Oh, it was a fucking miracle. But here's the thing about Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby used to beat his wife and children, supposedly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But almost every single one of his movies, he was known for trying to get black actors and musicians into it.
Wow.
And remember, did you ever see High Society as a musical remake of the Philadelphia Story? Satchmo played Louis Armstrong was in it.
Yeah.
And he had like a full band, and he got people insurance. Is what he got.
I think Sinatra did a lot of that too. And I think back then they realized, that the black entertainers are being treated poorly and differently. And that was because they were performing in the same venues, but they couldn't.
Right. Well, there's that classic
through
story
the same
about,
door and all that.
Right.
Kind
Bill
of shit.
Cosby could not come in to many of the places that he worked to drug people and then rape them, but he couldn't come into them during the day. And when he worked there, he had to come in through the kitchen.
Wow.
He couldn't come in through the front door.
That might make you a rapist.
No.
Okay.
There's I would say 99% of the black community that doesn't rape people is like, nope.
That would make me a rapist.
It would make you a rapist.
It really
might
would.
make me a rapist. It would certainly make me a murderer. It's so, but it's like there's when you hear about these stories and you're just like, okay, it's a whole separate history of America that I was never ever given because I, was raised in a pile of Whitey Magoos. So
they didn't think it was important. Nope. How much time have we done?
We have done 54.
Okay.
Ooh.
How was the hotel in Portland after we left the Pineapple Hotel?
We left the Pineapple Hotel, and then I went to the other hotel, hilariously, another boutique hotel.
Yeah.
That the Kickstand, the place that we played at, hooked me up with, within walking distance of the Kickstand. Very nice, 2 blocks. And so you go in, and there's a bookshelf. There's a bunch of, it's all very not tchotchke, but sort of really super cool, right? So there's a hotel art of it if you go back through my Instagram feed. But hilariously, there was a bookshelf, and on the bookshelf were several novels, several books. One of them was The Hobbit. The other one was Ender's Game. And the third one was a Chuck Klosterman book. And I was like, did they know I was coming? What on earth? It was super comfortable. I will say, though, that the Pineapple Hotel,
The duvet, the
duvet cover,
I can't stop thinking about it.
it was a double bed that did that thing that they do in Iceland or in other countries sometimes where each person gets their own set of covers.
I think that's the way to do it, because if you're always pulling on a cover and the other person's pulling back, why everyone should have their own covers.
Right.
That's the way to do it.
Right. And then just figure out if for some reason you sleep like puppies, right? And you're all cuddled up together, you'll figure out your covers. But if there's 2 covers, you don't have to.
I know.
It's kind of nice.
And they were thick and
they were
soft.
thick and yet not too heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good things were happening.
It was a great experience.
Yeah. but I was going to say this storytelling thing that I did at Risk. There's so much potential there that I think I might get a bit out of it.
About not liking your story, or about the story?
About the story itself. Because the story was about the first time I got drunk. For real. Like I got sort of half in the bag, but not really drunk until I was about 9. And
oh my God.
Feels
you
early.
were about 9?
Feels soon. But it was this.
Oh my God.
Right. Earlier, I had just taken sips from my mom's beers for years.
Yeah.
And so I would just get kind of a little bit, I like what's happening here. But when I was 9, I was with my stepmother, and we went to her sister's house. And her sister was known for her frozen brandy punch. And there was some sort of moral disaster, some sort of huge disaster. The frozen brandy punch had not thawed enough like it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And so people had to chip brandy punch out of it. And so there were 30, 40 people there. Everybody had a glass of brandy punch, but it was not melted. So they would abandon them on flat surfaces.
no.
And so 9-year-old Jackie Cation went around and drank sips from all of the different glasses
my
for several
God.
hours. Yeah.
No one noticed?
No. South Milwaukee. Yeah. Polish Catholics. Polish Catholics.
Right.
And here's the thing about a Christmas Eve party with Polish Catholics. It's over at 11:30, so everyone can drunkenly go to Mass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we had to hear this horrible story every year of the Polish Santa Claus from my Uncle Ron Mushitowski.
Uh-huh.
And here's the thing about Uncle Ron's Polish Santa Claus story. South Milwaukee was full of these horrible Polish jokes, right? Told by the hundreds and thousands of Polish people who I was surrounded by. And they're essentially just moron jokes.
They're telling them about their own people?
About their own people.
Okay.
And so this Polish Santa Claus thing was essentially just full of puns, moron jokes, and not appropriate for children, like filthy. And so the story would be 45 minutes. And I never noticed until I look back on it, but my parents disappeared during that every year. Nancy and my dad would bug out. And they would essentially go back to our house, light up the Christmas tree, bring all the presents out because we opened presents on Christmas Eve, and then come back. Yeah, we didn't go to church. We didn't go to Mass.
Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
You don't come tumbling down the stairs on Christmas morning?
You're picturing a different bucolic world where there's joy. Christmas Eve at the Cation household was okay.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of us and a lot of sort of very basic Christmas gifts.
Sure.
Anyway, but every year they would dash off, turn on the Christmas tree and unload the thing, then come back. And then Nancy would make a great show of saying, I have been looking for your father for the last hour. He always gets lost as soon as Ron starts the story. And when she was gone too, but we never noticed because we were all hiding. And I was drunk.
And you
at
were
the time.
hammered,
I was
right.
this particular time. And then we would all get back in the car, drive back to the house. And then as we drove up, Nancy invariably would say, who left the Christmas tree on? We're going to burn the house down. You leave the Christmas tree on. You can't leave the Christmas tree on. And we would all say, we didn't leave the Christmas tree on. Nobody touches the tree. And then she would say, well, Santa must have come. He must have come when we were at Cindy's. So when we would get in, she would make cocoa or something like that. And we would open our gifts and it was joy in the land. Then we would go to bed and then we'd get up and go to church the next morning.
Right.
So,
that's nice. That's wonderful.
it was lovely. It sounds, oh my God.
Bye.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.